humble prostrations to one another present here. If this question is asked, what is the purpose of all the spiritual practices? What is the ultimate goal to be reached? There's a beautiful verse in Upadesha Saram of Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharshi which says, Hridsthale manaha swasthata kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchitam. Bhagavan says, there is only one purpose for all the spiritual practices. Whether it is bhakti yoga, whether it is karma yoga, whether it is jnana yoga, whether it is ashtanga yoga, there is only one purpose. And what is that purpose? Hridsthale manaha swasthata. The mind firmly abiding in the heart space. So what is the purpose of all scriptural practices? Paying attention to our center. Being rooted in one's own being. So there are so many practices, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, etc. So today we are going to do another yoga. This is called as Sangeeta yoga, or what is called as Nada Brahma yoga. Nadam taking us to Brahman, the sound taking us to the Lord. So what are the qualifications needed for the sound to reach the Lord? What are the qualifications necessary for the sound to take us to our center? So just like an arrow, if it has to become one with the target, pierce the target, what are the two qualifications necessary for the arrow? Number one, swiftness. Number two, sharpness. Yes or no? The arrow has to be fast. Also, the arrow has to be sharp. Then, this arrow pierces the target. In the same way, if the sound has to pierce the heart and take us to the center of our heart, what are the qualifications necessary for that sound? Number one, logic. Number two, music. These are the two qualifications. Why these two qualifications are necessary? These two qualifications are necessary because what is the definition of heart? So Puja Gurudev defines heart as combination of mind and intellect. Combination of mind and intellect. Mind and intellect together, we use this term heart. So therefore, if something has to take us to our heart, it must be appealing to the mind and it also must be appealing to the intellect. So what is that which appeals to the intellect? Logic appeals to the intellect. What is that which appeals to the mind? Music appeals to the mind. So therefore, the two qualifications necessary for the sound is logic and music. Do you agree? Yes. So this is called as Nada Brahma Yoga. Now, what appeals to the intellect? So therefore, all our bhajans will be the philosophical concepts taken from the scriptures. This is the only thing which appeals to the intellect. The highest truth mentioned in the scriptures, in the Puranas, in the Upanishads, in the Vedas, in the Bhagavad Gita, this highest truth is taken up. So that satisfies the logical aspect. And when the highest truth is sung in a divine tone, the highest truth is beautified by divine music, then what happens? Such a a divine sound is capable of taking us to our own hearts, to our own center, to the Lord of our heart. सुख में सब साथी, दुख में न कोई। मेरे राम तेरा नाम, एक साचा दूजा कोई। Now, as far as the line is concerned, it satisfies the logic. What is the message? Oh Lord, you are the only one who is real. You are the only one who is ever with us, even in tragedies, even in calamities. All other people, they are with us only when we are successful. You are the only one who is ever with us. So as far as the logic is concerned, yes, this is the message of the scriptures. But when this message is given a divine tune, so what is that tune? I'm sure all of you must know. सुख में सब साथी, दुख में न कोई। मेरे राम तेरा नाम, एक साचा दूजा when these words, speaking the highest truth, is beautified by divine music, ornamented by divine music, fragranced by divine music, this divine sound develops an irresistible force, a strength, a power to take us to our center. And thus, these words bring us face to face with the Lord of our heart. So this is the purpose of all of the bhajans. This is the goal of Sangeeta Yoga. So I now humbly request our Rajeshri Amma to guide us into this divine yoga. Hari Om. Even I sometimes wonder, how did I get that answer? I don't know. There is no secret. Whatever comes in my mind, I tell. See, Amma, the question is not which name you are chanting. The question is, what is your understanding about the name which you are chanting? That is the most important. If your understanding is, this Krishna is the self in me, the consciousness in me, this Shiva is the consciousness in me, this Devi is the consciousness in me. If you are seeing that one consciousness, one self in all these names, then names will never create a problem. But the moment you become Anya Devata Bhakta in the language of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Durga is different, Krishna is different, Ganesha is different, then there is a problem. So the problem is not with the name, the problem is with the wrong understanding behind the name. That has to be corrected. Amma, it is possible that your heart may be filled with devotion, but the singing can be like the croaking of a frog. The devotion and the voice has no relationship at all. Absolutely, they have no relationship. What I am trying to say is, just by listening to the singing of a person, you can never make out whether there is devotion or not.
It is an absolutely subjective thing. Only you know whether you have devotion. A person may be able to sing very well without devotion. Because this world is a world of Maya. Whether my heart is filled with devotion or not, only I know. Only I know. Some glimpses you will find. So therefore, you will find that there are great saints who are not able to sing well. But their hearts are filled with love for God. Their voice may not be very polished, trained, but their heart is filled with love. The reverse is also true. The voice is highly polished, well trained, the ability to take all kinds of alapana they are able to do. But deep down, they are just seeing how many people are appreciating you, how many people are clapping. You see? So therefore, this relationship between devotion and singing, they need not always be there. So your question is, what is Swamiji's opinion about just singing bhajan without any devotion?
Yes, which I think we see more and more.
At least they are singing bhajans, no? That itself is a great thing. Singing something else, compared to singing bhajans without devotion, singing bhajan is far better, yes or no? So that is the way we have to see. Let us try to see the goodness in every aspect. The moment your attention is upon the heartless singing, your mind will get disturbed. So when somebody is singing beautifully well, maybe that person is singing for name, fame. Maybe that person is singing to show off their talent. But the moment you pay attention to that negative aspect of the singer, your mind is immediately disturbed. So that is an indication of the Lord in our hearts that that is not the way. In that talent also see me. Every talent, every ability in every one of us should remind us of God. So therefore, instead of finding fault with others, let us improve ourselves. मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. You may wonder why I chanted this. Mūkam karoti vachalam. By the grace of the Lord, the dumb becomes an orator. The lame scales the highest mountain. And here is a fool conducting bhajan workshop without any training in Carnatic music. Amma, the answer is I don't know. Spiritual development, Amma? Absolutely not necessary. As I said, Bhagavan listens to your heart. If you can bring a drop of tears, your prayer is fulfilled. You don't even have to utter a word. He doesn't see how beautiful your chanting is, how melodious your voice is, how perfect your Udata and Anudata is. He just sees your heart. See, as a mother, what do you see in your child? The child may not be even able to say mother. But the moment the child's eyes are filled with tears, what do? Your heart melts. Yes or no? The same thing happens with the Lord The moment the heart of the devotee melts, Bhagavan's heart also melts, because both of them reside in the same place. Did I answer? It all depends on your qualification. If the mind is pure, just chanting the name of the Lord is enough to transport yourself to that highest realm. But if the mind is filled with likes and dislikes, if the mind is wandering, a lot of worldly desires are there, then to that extent, our Nama Japa sadhana will become blunt. Blunt. The arrow which is blunt will strike the target, but will not become one with the target. It just falls. In the same way, when Nama Japa is done without preparing the mind, so what are the preparations of the mind needed? Devotion for the Lord, dispassion towards the world, all those virtues, noble virtues. The more and more we cultivate these noble virtues, the mind is prepared, and such a prepared mind, for such a mind, Nama Japa becomes a pointer, and easily that Nama takes us to the Nami. But if you find it difficult to concentrate upon the Lord, then concentrate upon the grosser aspects of Japa. What is the grossest aspect of Japa? The name of the Lord, the sound of the Lord. So therefore, at the beginning, you chant the name, ensure that your mind is listening to that name. So take a Japamala, chant Bhagavan's name, ask yourself this question: did my mind listen to this name? Or is my mind wandering in the world? If the mind has listened to the name, rotate once. Once again chant the name, again ask this question: is the mind listening to the name? Otherwise, what happens is, as Kabir Das ji said, beads are also rolling, tongue is also rolling, and the mind is also rolling. That should not happen. Many times people say, I do Nama Japa, but there is no peace of mind. So all these techniques are useless. It is not that the technique is useless. As long as your conscious mind is not doing the japa, you will not get the benefit. Mind has two aspects. One is the mechanical aspect, the other is the conscious aspect. So, if the mechanical mind is doing the japa and the conscious mind is wandering in the world of likes and dislikes, you will find that even when you are doing the japa, mind is disturbed. So therefore, we have to ensure that the conscious mind is listening to this name, doing the japa. So this is the best way. Listen to the name, then rotate the bead. Ensure that the mind is constantly listening. Amazingly, you will find if your conscious mind is involved in listening to the name of the Lord, the mind becomes peaceful. So this is one way to test whether truly am I doing japa sadhana in the proper way or not. Peace of mind is the proof. Did I answer, Amma? The purpose of music sadhana is to remember the Lord. So if you are remembering the Lord in your day-to-day activities, the purpose is served actually. So they say that gopis used to sing the name of the Lord while taking care of the cows, while taking care of the husband, children, doing their job, selling the curd, milk, etc. They used to constantly chant the name of the Lord. So this is the way. Fulfilling our daily duties and responsibilities is in no way coming on the way of chanting the name of the Lord. They can be done simultaneously. That ability mind has. On one side, the mind is focusing upon the daily duties. On the other side, it is silently chanting the glories of the Lord. This, all the great devotees have shown through their lives. We also can practice it. I don't know whether I have answered your question. there is a cosmic law. The law is whatever sadhana you are doing, and as you grow in that sadhana, and when you prescribe that sadhana to somebody, your words carry in mystical power to transform the listener. So when you are doing japa seriously, with total commitment, and as you grow in this, and when you suggest somebody that this sadhana is extremely good, somewhere your words carry the power to transform that person. So the first step is not to teach children how to do japa. The first step is practice japa, transform yourself, receive the benefits, and then when you speak about japa, the listener cannot but listen to you. The Lord doesn't hear through the ears, He listens to the heart. So the moment the heart melts, understand your music has reached Him. If you find that by closing the mind, closing the eyes, the mind is wandering and you are not able to focus, so then the sadhana which is prescribed by the spiritual masters is trataka. Focusing the eyes upon, say for example, at one point, preferably some beautiful form of the Lord. Because one way to arrest the subtle mind is by using the help of the gross sense organs. Mind can be arrested. The subtler personalities in us can be controlled by our grosser personalities. So therefore, make use of the sense organ in order to arrest the mind. It is a valid method.